Australian schools are increasingly segregated, with the latest data from the Australian Bureau of Statistics showing parents flocking to private schools in record numbers. The data shows enrolments at private schools are approaching 40%, with public schools across the country again losing ground. National Education and Parenting reporter Conor Duffy is with me. Hi Conor. So why are parents going to private schools in a cost of living crisis?
It's a great question, Ros, and it's really interesting that this trend's only accelerated over the last 5 years as Australian families are facing really the largest amount of financial pressure they've felt in decades, and that was certainly true in last year in 2025, according to these ABS stats, with private school enrolments again jumping, despite private school fees actually rising more than inflation, which, it's bad enough for most families as it is. Interestingly, when you speak to parents, you might think it would all be about academics, but there's often a perceived extra amount of well-being or mental health support at private schools, and that was certainly true for Anju Patel, a mum I spoke to at Australian Christian College on Sydney's northwest fringe, where enrolments have tripled in just 5 years.
For us, this is the investment for their future. So we wouldn't hesitate to invest in our children, where they will get the good education as well as the good manner.
So do experts believe this is a trend that will stay?
Yes, they do, Ros. Most education academics see this as not a good news story, and basically they say that education funding has so much inequity baked in now that parents are just following the money and they don't expect that to change until funding is fixed. There are some green shoots there, but it's going to take a little while for that situation to reverse. Interesting, I spoke to Dean Pearson, a behavioural economist at National Australia Bank, and he had a really interesting take on why parents are continuing to make those sacrifices.
1 in 2 households tell me that they're cutting back on eating out at restaurants, entertainment, and they're channeling those things into things. There's 2 categories really they're channeling them into: kids and pets.
That was Ross Pearson from the National Australia Bank there. And I'll just leave you with one bright spot in that ABS release. Ros, for the first time in 6 years, the number of students finishing Year 12 has gone up. It's now at 81.3%. The Education Minister, Jason Clare, says that's good news, but that we need to see that number go higher.